This action from the Extreme Festival is proudly brought to you by G&H Transport, Engine, Primax Unleaded, and Investcam. It's the Motorsport Festival at Kyalami. Big crowds coming out here to support the new initiative being put together here by Kyalami and their associates, and of course the associates being the Extreme Festival. Round 3 of the Extreme Festival is now part and parcel of the Motorsport Festival here at Kyalami. We kick things off with the G&H Transport Extreme Supercars, and it's a Porsche battle coming to the home of Porsche. You expect that kind of thing. Toby Fenter, the fastest man last year, will look to take on the rest of the field in the G&H Transport Extreme Supercars. Nice to see a big field of Ferraris, there's Lamborghinis, there's Porsches, a couple of BMWs thrown in there as well. Marcel Angel has brought a brand new machine all the way from Cape Town, part and parcel of the GT Club Sport team. We caught up with him to find out about this 458.
This is a 458 GT3 Ferrari. We've just brought in from Italy. It landed about 6 weeks ago. So this is really the first time that we're giving it a serious run. We've had no seat time in the car whatsoever. So, yeah, you know, today's race meeting is more like a learning curve for us. We expect a lot more out of the car than we're getting at the moment.
There's going to be massive improvements in that car. Have a look at this field though. Nearly 75 million rands worth of motor cars on track, led out by Toby Fenter. Alongside him, Johan Engelbrecht in the Jogger Jogger Racing Porsche. And then we've got two very quick Ferraris right on their tail. We go on board here with Nicky Dix a bit further back in his Porsche as we start things off, heading down this main straightaway, going through the kink and down towards the very, very famous Crowthorne turn. Oh, what a move there from Tuka Mechanicos, sneaking ahead and finding an early start. But the whole shot goes to Johan Engelbrecht, who of course did 2 whole shots last year. Let's see if we can do it again and maintain this lead now. Toby Fenter all over the back of him. Franco Scribranti looking to start things early out. He goes into 3rd place. Look at the battle for 4th. Davy Olivier having a bit of fun in games. And there you can see, oh man, great action there from the Extra Shoes BMW all over the back. You can see a little bit of problems there, getting to the steering, a little bit out of shape, but eventually gets it all right. Adrian Dalton looking to find a way through there on Jarvis. Jarvis goes on the wider line, coming into the infamous Sunset corner. Not sunset just yet, but the racing is hotting up, as hot as the sun. Here comes Campos, sneaking up the inside of Adrian Dalton. Looks like Dalton might have a small issue on that car. He's falling by the wayside here rapidly, and you can see the handling is not great. Coming into the clutches of Calvert there. Just behind is Mechanicos. Tuka doing a good job in the only Mercedes-Benz in this field. But a magnificent one, that is for sure, as he comes flying through the S's, followed very closely by 2 Porsches that are going well. The 2 Porsches at the front getting away from the 2 Ferraris. Unfortunately, looks like Charles Orangis and Franco Scribranti don't have an answer yet to Johan Engelbrecht and to Toby Fenter's pace as they head down the straight of the mineshaft into the very, very fast sweep now. This new sweep opens up into Crocodiles. A massive amount of room to play with here as they come under braking for the Crocodile corner. Craig Jarvis under massive pressure there from Campos. Looks like just ahead of him, his teammate doing a great job. And I can tell you something, there's a massive improvement already from Marcel Angel's 458 as he looks to get ahead of Davy Olivier in the Baby Beamer. Coming through and onto the braking mark as they head down hard into the final corner. That is Ingwe corner, and the 2 Ferraris switching out. Looks like Charles Orangis wants to try and squeeze through. Can he find a way past on Franco Scribranti? Very similar machinery there. Then you can see the rest of the field streaming past. Dalton falling into the clutches of Calvert. Calvert into the clutches of Mechanicos. He is also right there with Jonathan Dutoy. Dutoy didn't get a good start. Had some issues. No worries at all at the front end yet for the 99 versus the 9. 99, we go on board here. This is Engelbrecht's point of view as they go through and have a look at how tight it's getting. Engelbrecht coming up onto the last turn. Oh, looks like he might have done himself on the brakes. Yes, he's run wide. And there goes Toby. Toby sneaks through. Toby Fenter now hits the front. Can Engelbrecht stay with him? Slight difference, of course, in the performance of these 2 cars. And having a chat to Johan Engelbrecht, he was telling me just how good Toby's car is, particularly through these long sweeping turns. It just manages to suck itself onto the ground and get away from the rest of the field. Speaking of the rest of the field, Campos looking on the attack. Ricky Giannacaro looking for a great maneuver here, trying to find his way up and onto the back end there of another BMW. By the looks of things, that's Cash and Nika. Now as they come under braking at the top of the hill, watch out for Orangis. He's been closed down as well by the Baby Beamer of Olivier, who's having to go defensive to keep out Marcel Angel. Nice driving from Jarvis, the Panasea and Liquimoli and Autohaus Angel Ferrari being hunted down there by Jason Campos. Back on board here with Charles Orangis heading down into the sweep. Look at that. Just a slight lift. There's hardly anything there. He was almost flat out through that sweep. But it was great to be on board there with the Orangis and just see how well these cars perform. Angel all over the back of Olivier looking for a way through. Can he find it? Olivier is a very talented man when it comes to driving motorcars. And Marcel Angel, oh, Olivier just gets it a little bit wrong. He clips the inside of Cheetah turn and just gets that BM sideways. Manages just to hang on though. Aranji's much better line this time coming out of Ingwe. Have a look at this mid-pack. Oh, mid-pack battle, I was about to say. That's San Mudley coming together. Mudley comes together with Duplessis. Duplessis on the inside. I probably didn't see him. This is a left-hand drive Porsche, and you're going into a right-hander, and of course that little KTM crossbow is extremely low. So there's a very good possibility that San Mudley didn't see Duplessis at all and just tagged him on the way in. Duplessis was looking to go up the inside, had the line, and unfortunately just got it all wrong. Let's have a look at it here from Dion Duplessis' point of view. Yeah, exactly what I thought happened. Duplessis on the inside. Wow, great evasive driving from 3 BMWs there. It was the 2 Giannicaros who went left, right, and speaking of evasive driving, some more being done here at the top end of the field. Coming out of barbecue, Angel has spun. There's a move for third place. Aranji sneaking through on Scribanti and gets it done. Makes it stick. Gets up to third place with only a couple of corners to go. Toby Fenter coming down into the final turn. Checkered flag is waiting. No sign of Engelbrecht in the background, but he hangs on for second. The flag will be waiting now for Toby Fenter to take the first victory of the day, and he's just set a brand new outright lap record in that Porsche. Great effort there from Toby Fenter, winning out over Engelbrecht. Aranjis comes through for third place, Scribanti in 4. It's Davy Olivier in the Baby Beamer in 5. Detoy, Dix, and Hack, the top 8. We caught up with Adrian Dalton to find out what went wrong in the early stages.
You qualified well and went out. I didn't feel I hit a curb or anything. The back rear tire, the left side deflated. I don't know why it's come away from the rim and forced to put in. It's one of those things.
The battle of Ferraris was won out by Charles Aranjis.
Went up into Leeuwkop and outbraked the man, and geez, I'm telling you, from there was just maintain. Second last lap, he made a massive move on me into turn 1, and thank goodness I came out ahead. But yeah, more than that, you know, it's going to be difficult for us to return for the second race. I don't know if we can do it without power steering again. You know, I'm young, but I'm not that young. You know, I'm not that strong, so we'll see.
A few changes, a few little modifications, and they're going to get ready to go now for race number 2. And let's see whether or not anybody can do something about Toby Fenter's dominance, particularly at his home track here at Kyalami. The Motorsport Festival has been incredible today, and we started out with the Extreme Supercars. This is race 2. Lights flashing from Engelbrecht as he heads down towards turn 1. Can he get through the kink and into Crowthorne? He's going to go alongside Toby Fenter. Look at the drive coming out of that Porsche. Gets ahead of Toby Fenter, late on the brakes. Squeezes onto the inside, and Fenter has no answer. He has to settle for second again. The whole shot king is here. Engelbrecht is in the house. Much better start this time from Franco Scribanti. He's got away from Charles Aranjis ever so slightly, but as they come through barbecue, you can see that Aranjis closes up. Once again, it's the Baby Beamer, followed very closely there by Marcel Angel. Campos is in the house. Better start there from Detoy. Behind Detoy, you can see pushing hard there is Solhack. What a ride from that man. That's a teammate, of course, to Toby Fenter in a slightly different machine. Not quite as quick as these two Porsches, but certainly can run with the front end. And a top 8 finish in the first heat is looking good for him, and he's right there again. Oh, Aranjis is not holding back. Already coming into Clubhouse, makes the move on Scribanti and sneaks up. But he tries to close down on the front end. Can he find a way through? See Engelbrecht still out front as they come into the S's. Aranjis, then Scribanti, then it is the Baby Beamer there. What a drive coming from Davy Olivier yet again. But this time under attack from another BM. And that is Campos looking fired up. Onto the braking markers. Johan Engelbrecht keeps Toby Fenter out one more time. Here comes a change up. Oh, big look there from Scribanti. He pulls alongside Aranjis. He's going to try and do the same thing as what Aranjis did to him earlier on in the day. Here we go, on board with Aranjis. Have a look at the little red nose on the left-hand side of your screen. Is it going to squeeze through as they come down into the sweep? Yes, it does. Wow, you had to back out of that. I don't know if you can make 2 Ferraris go through there that quickly and still say by side. Oh, and speaking of side by side, straight back at him. Aranjis is not holding back here. This is phenomenal racing. Coming into the crocodile section now, into Cheetah. The 2 Ferraris very evenly matched. Looks like another Ferrari coming along for a play. There is Detoy. Then you got Saul Hack, followed there very closely by Nicky Dix and Dion Duplessis in the KTM crossbow. They come back to complete lap number 1, and this time Johan Engelbrecht has hung on. What are the flashing lights for? Those flashing lights, maybe he's just signaling to the wall saying, I've got him. I've taken 1 lap and I'm going to try and keep him out for another one. Across the line they come. There's Nicky Dix, followed there very closely by the hard-charging Ricky Giannicaros and Gianni Giannicaros. Vanna Link in there as well, and Sun Mudley having a good run, and welcome back to him after a little touch between him and Duplessis. Here they come. Oh, up into barbecue. Has Engelbrecht opened the door? I think he might have. Yes, he has. Oh, There you go. Toby Fenter squeezing through. Engelbrecht this time only kept him out for a couple of laps, but a little bit more than what he did in race number 1. Now, can he try and stay with the man out front? Mr. Porsche South Africa taking on one of the fastest Porsches in the country. Who's going to have that honor? We can see in a straight line, it's absolutely in the hands of the Joga Joga Porsche, but through the turns, Toby Fenter's got it. Fastest Ferrari right now is still Scribanti, trying to keep Arunjis at bay. Not going to be easy to do. Look at that, a change up for 4th place though. Here we go, great shot. The 458 of Marcel Angel moving up into the 5th spot. And looks like problems there for Gianni Giannacaro. Giannacaro incredibly hit the kill switch on the gear change and had to pull to the sideline to restart the car. So Gianni Giannacaro, Gigi back on the track and looking to take on the rest of the field. Speaking of Giannacaro's, that's Jimbo in his 430. And what a dice here. You've got 3 Ferraris, the Porsche of Sun Mudley, Mechanicos in the AMG, and right behind them doing a great job in the Lotus, Peter Zili. This is super racing right through the field. Little packs of cars and really nothing in it. Heading up towards the top of the hill to Leocorp now. Mark Dettori trying to find a way through on Mechanicos. The lead car in this pack is Brink. Look at this, doing a great job for the GT Club Sport boys. Keeping out Giannacaro, keeping out Andre van der Merwe, and look at that. The Porsche of Sun Mudley, even though it's going a little bit less powerfully than what it did earlier on, certainly in with a shot here. And remember, that is the spare car he's in, not in his GT1. Hard on the brakes now, down into the bowl. Werner Link fighting hard there. Now coming up, this is Brink. Brink under attack. Giannacaro trying to find a way through. Jimbo is having a look, trying to find a slightly different line. Then you got Mudley. Mudley pushing hard. Oh, and Dalton's out again. What a dismal day in the saddle for him, but he'll be back when we get to East London. Toby Fenter starting to make his way through some of the back markers. Ryan Cranshire being one of those. Won't be too much of an issue there for the big Porsche as it heads down the mineshaft for the final time. Into the sweep. Comes up alongside and around the outside of JB Brink in the BMW. No worries for him to get through. You can see Hein Engelbrecht not too far off this time. A little bit closer than what he was in race number 1, but absolutely no issues for Toby Fenter. Engelbrecht gave him a great run for his money. He comes through the last 2 turns. It's the right-hand sweep at Cheetah. Blue flag's waving there to allow Ryan Cranshire out the way for Engelbrecht. Checkered flag is standing by though for Mr. Porsche South Africa. Yes indeed, Toby Fenter, 2 wins out of 2 starts. And 2 second places go to Johanna Engelbrecht in the Joga Joga Cafe Porsche. He comes through for second place. Franco Scribanti will be in a Porsche by the next time we see him. Charles Arunji's there and Marcel Angel, 3 Ferraris for 3, 4 and 5. We caught up with Franco down in pit lane to find out how race 2 went.
I think as with the first race, there was nothing in it, so it was the right guy at the right corner at the right time, and it could have gone either way, both ways, and that's what happened. But great racing, a great guy to race against, very quick. Unfortunately, the two turbos in the front were just too fast. Not much we could do, but it was great racing anyway.
Toby, 2 wins out of 2 starts. Are you going to let anybody beat you?
Not if I can help it. No, it was a great race with Johan in the Yoka Yoka Porsche, but the Sassel Porsche was a bit faster. It was a tough race. Eventually I got ahead, and once I got ahead I pulled away, but it was a battle to get ahead.
After such great racing, have a quick break, get something to eat, give our marshal some time to clean the circuit, and we'll bring you some more action from the Extreme Festival.